Let me tell you something. I came home the other day, had a rough day at work and everything. It's been hot. I've been working my you know what off, working 2 jobs and everything else I got going on. Come home, I read this chapter, and I forgot all about my day and how it went because it was that good. I love it. Well, let me get into it. Run my intro, alright? Alright, Seesaw here with another video. This chapter, my last 2 weeks have been kind of rough. I'm actually even further back than that. I started working another job, so I'm working 2 jobs now. My dad is undergoing hip replacement surgery, so I've been, helping out with him, helping do things that he can't do. So between working 2 jobs, helping him out, growing a garden. In the garden, it's coming in, so it's pretty much just picking the stuff now. So with that, doing the YouTube and everything else, I've been kind of burnt out. Today was my first day off in about 3 weeks, for the 4th. So happy 4th of July. But anyway, the other day I had a kind of rough day. I came home and I read this chapter and I forgot all about it. This is a pretty good chapter for me. I like it. I like Jinbei in general. So let's get into the chapter. First things first, we had Tama and Nami and Usopp. Otama is showing off her ability and how powerful it can be. Now, Mihawk said the most dangerous ability on the seas is to be able to sway your enemies, to be able to sway the masses to your side, to make a friend out of your enemies. And Tama's doing that. So she's kind of like Luffy in a way. I see the parallels there. But we start off with that, and we see the gifters fighting off the people trying to attack her. And we got a little bit of comedy, how Tama hops on the horse, or Speed, the horse gifter, and Nami, but leaves Usopp behind. He's like, wait a minute, no, wait a minute for me. Kind of like catching a taxi cab, kind of. But a little bit of comedy there. We get into the fight with Jinbei and Who's Who, and he doesn't really go back and explain the significance of the Gumma Gumma no Mi or anything like that, but he does say like Shanks stole it, and he has a resentment towards Luffy because he has the Gumma no Mi and he has Shanks' hat, so he knows there's some kind of a connection between him and Shanks. But I told you last time that I didn't think he would be much of a match for Jinbei. Jinbei would just mop the floor with him, and I think he was just buying his time and getting out information that he wanted to get out of Who's Who, because he's doing what's best for the Straw Hats and what Luffy in general, not just for him. For him, it would have been easy for him to just end the fight and be done with it, but he let it linger on, and he played along with him, make him think he's had a chance just to get the information out of him. You got me, I'm going to die anyway, you might as well tell me. And then he spills his guts out and he tells him all the information, and Jinbei turns the table, oh no, I'm not feel like dying today, and just slams him and, has his way with him. So I think that's pretty much what Jinbei did. Jinbei does his shoulder throw. That's crazy how he comes at him with his mouth open. He grabs his 2 teeth and does some type of shoulder throw, kind of like a judo throw, and slams him into the ground, and you see the floor cracking and everything. And then he shows off what appears to be full body armament hockey. I'll show you in this picture, but it looks like full body armament hockey, and none of the Straw Hats have possessed that. It's pretty much like kind of what Virgo had and Punk Hazard. But you see like the lightning coming off of them, so I guess it's like a higher level of armament hockey, full body armament. We haven't seen any of the Straw Hats possess a full body armament yet, so he's the first. And Who's Who does the finger pistol technique on him, and he breaks his finger on Jinbei. So that shows you how hard his armament hockey is. And then he gets serious and he does this gargoyle tile fist attack. And the way I have it in my head is sometimes when Jinbei does his attacks, there's like a delayed reaction. Kind of like the way when they first introduced him in Impel Down. That's kind of what I think this attack's going to be like in the anime. With that delayed reaction. And then you see his face smush in, he's like, what's going on here? And then it hits him. He lays Who's Who out. Now, I think it'd be funny if Jinbei has the last laugh and says something to the effect, thanks for that dime of information, and flips the dime back on him as he's laid out on the ground and says, hey, put that towards your next flea dip, you mangy cat, and then walks off. Has the last laugh on him. I would like to see that, Jinbei, getting in the last word, the last laugh, the last joke on him because he said so much crap about him, being a slimy fish man and all this other crap. So I would have liked to see that, but that may be in the next chapter. We're probably going to go back to Sanji and Queen. I knew last chapter that they're going to skip around with the fights. So I wasn't, hell bent on, had my heart set on seeing Sanji, that chapter episode. I know that we're going to skip around. They're going to show Jinbei or Sanji 1. But they got the stage, kind of lit up for Sanji and Queen now. So I think they're going to finish up with Jinbei, then probably go to Sanji and Queen. They're probably going to get a little bit of Zoro with that medicine. He might come back to. Then we might get back to Robin, Brooke, and that Spider Woman. That fight as well, because I know a lot of people are wanting to see Robin fight and get a good fight. And because she hasn't really had one. She's had a few skirmishes, but she really hasn't had a real square-on fight. So a lot of people are looking forward to that. I am too. And seeing her power develop, maybe learning some type of hockey. I don't know. Now with Jinbei and his hockey, his full body armament, we don't know if he had this beforehand or whether this is like a blossoming because he got pissed off about what Who's Who said, all that racist stuff towards the fishmen and the slavery and everything else. He got pissed off, and that made his hockey blossom into that, or he had that from a long time and he just haven't showed it yet. We knew he had armament hockey, we didn't know the full body armament hockey, and with the lightning coming off of him, I think it's going to look really good in the anime. But this was a pretty good chapter for me. A little bit of information, a little bit of fighting, a little bit of action, and I can't wait to see the next one. If you like what I'm talking about at my channel, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.